Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You know, this is, excuse me, a damn fine cup of coffee.
Whether you have a literal calendar, a mobile scheduling app, or a Hobonichi Techo, there are some simple things to remember that can keep you on your shit. It's impossible to describe just how empowered you can feel over your life situation when all your goals and plans are written just somewhere. Acclaimed director Mark Duplass has a talk where he instructs young, aspiring directors to not wait for the cavalry because it never arrives. In other words, to not wait for some moment to hit where the opportunities you dreamed of will just appear in front of you unendingly. Rather, to understand that it will always be necessary to be intentional, and habitualizing intentional actions are really the only option. It's the same thing for scheduling. Don't tell yourself one day that you'll have some clear time to get your events in order. You won't. Instead, commit to the task of just scheduling things as they come in. You're in control, not when you get everything out of the way, but when you get everything in front of you. The biggest takeaway I ever stumbled upon was that paradise is knowing, not completing. It's in the process, or something like that. Let's get started by identifying motivators for having our stuff in order. We'll do this by reviewing things that are never a good look. Double booking on someone and having to tell them. Flaking. Forgetting your friends. You know, man, we should really hang out more. Follow that shit up with a date. Letting your yes be yes and your no be no. I tried using a phone, and that will likely be more people's go-to, but I prefer writing things down. It's simple science that writing commits things to memory. I'm not tied down to one operating system or server. It's always free or cheap. It's easier to see everything in full detail in front of me. So if that's your cup of tea, go for it. My partner and I flew to Portland, and I wrote down everything. It was amazing. I marked off the days that we'd be out, our times for boarding versus departure so that we left at the right time. And in the details, I wrote down all of the details we need to fetch boarding passes after check-in. I didn't need to carry documents, just this schedule. There's always more to be done, and it's a blessing. Being okay with it is step one in not being a total wreck. When you just know everything you need to do, it's staggering to look at. When you give yourself the control, the game is kind of over. Also, just to know when you're not able to help anybody is a huge thing. When they ask, hey, can you help with this? Our instinct, especially in person, is to be nice and to say yes when we really mean no. Listen, everybody wins when you know that you can't help them. No one's time is wasted, and they can trust you when you actually do say yes if your no's mean no. So what are the positive outcomes? You don't overthink things. Someone gives you something like a task and you don't shove it away, and then the day comes and you have to pull it out. Because when you do that, you're a flake. And when you're marked a flake, you are a flake. It's nice being able to crumple up that piece of paper when you're done and play a part in the ritual of getting rid of old tasks and taking on new ones.